A child gets a 95 out of 100 on a test, but the first thing they hear from their parent is, "Where did the other 5 points go?" Many people grow up never realizing that words like this can destroy a child's self-worth for life. And sometimes, the thing that hurts us the most isn't physical abuse. It's growing up feeling like we were never good enough. In this episode, we're going to talk about 5 toxic parenting behaviors that many people experienced growing up without even realizing it. We'll also talk about the signs that still affect your confidence, your relationships, and your emotional health today. And most importantly, acknowledging your pain does not make you a bad child. When people hear the term toxic parents, they often imagine parents who scream or use physical violence. But toxic parenting is often much quieter than that. Some people grew up in homes that looked completely normal. There was food, there was school, nobody got hit. But deep inside, they still felt worthless. The first behavior is constant criticism. Being criticized all the time. Things like, "Why is this all you got? Other kids are better than you. You still can't do something this simple?" The problem is, children don't just remember those words. Eventually, they start believing, "I'm not good enough." And as adults, that often turns into perfectionism, people-pleasing, fear of failure, because their whole life they've been trying to prove their worth. The second behavior is conditional love. Love with conditions attached. Like, you must get good grades. You must obey. You must make your parents proud. Only then do you receive love. Children raised this way often don't understand safe love. They grow up believing, if I'm not perfect, people won't love me. And that mindset can follow them into adult relationships, where they constantly try to earn love from others. Another deeply harmful behavior is gaslighting. Gaslighting happens when a child is taught to doubt their own feelings. Things like, "You're overreacting. That never happened. You're too sensitive." It sounds small, right? But when it happens throughout childhood, it can cause self-doubt, overthinking, chronic apologizing, fear of conflict, because deep down, they stop trusting themselves. Another toxic behavior is emotional neglect. This one is quiet, but incredibly painful. Some children were never yelled at, but whenever they felt sad, nobody listened. Whenever they struggled, they heard, "Stop thinking too much. You're fine. It's not a big deal." Eventually, the child learns, "My feelings don't matter." And as adults, they often suppress emotions, fear vulnerability, struggle to ask for help, because they never felt emotionally safe. And another thing many people don't realize, toxic parents often control their children through guilt. Things like, "After everything I sacrificed for you, a good child should be grateful. Why are you hurting your mother like this?" As a result, many people grow up unable to say no, feeling guilty easily, carrying everyone's emotional burden. And the most important thing we want to say today is this: acknowledging your pain does not mean you hate your parents. Many people struggle with this because they were taught good children don't get angry at their parents. But the truth is, you can love your parents and admit they hurt you at the same time. Healing does not begin with immediate forgiveness. Healing begins with validation, awareness, honesty with yourself.
And sometimes what you need to learn is not how to tolerate more pain, but how to create boundaries. Boundaries are not cruelty. They are protection for your emotional health. And finally, we want you to remember this. You are not broken. Many of the behaviors you have today may have once been survival modes in a home where you had to earn love. But today, you no longer have to live in survival mode forever. Today, we talked about 3 important things. First, toxic parenting is not always physical abuse. Sometimes it's small words that slowly destroy self-worth. Second, behaviors like criticism, gaslighting, emotional neglect, guilt manipulation can continue affecting adulthood. And finally, acknowledging your pain does not make you a bad child. Awareness is the first step toward healing. If you listened to this episode and felt like this is exactly what I went through, we'd love to invite you to download the free Healing Starter Kit. Inside, you'll find reflection prompts, emotional trigger journals, boundary scripts, self-worth exercises, designed to help you begin your healing journey gently. The link is below this episode. And if this episode helped you, please share it with someone who may still feel like they were never good enough. In the next episode, we'll talk about why you still feel guilty every time you say no to your parents, and why guilt becomes one of the most powerful forms of control inside toxic families. See you in the next episode.